Please like, comment, and subscribe to help grow my channel. The story continues from where Ronin, our protagonist, was on his way to meet the magician in the forest, thinking to himself how expensive the academy is. And even if that was so, his sister still showed him willingness to help. So he decided to do his best for her so as to make her proud.
But before he could do so, he first has to find a way to raise the money, or just find the money to enter the academy.
Just as he was thinking this, he found the magician that he had told to meet him there after 4 days was already waiting for him. Ronin was shocked, thinking that she wouldn't show up. The magician then replied, saying as though she had a choice, remembering how Ronin threatened her. Ronin, indifferent, brushed off the comment, dropped his bag, and asked Asil to do a text. Asil was caught unaware.
Ronin asked her to perform the trick she did the previous day and asked her to lift him as high as she could.
Tate used telekinesis. Asil asked Ronin in a small voice. She then explained that it was dangerous.
But Ronin,
being a Chad, told her not to worry.
That he couldn't die from it and she shouldn't be scared.
Asil agreed. The moments later, GE made the spell and lifted Ronin from the ground to the air. In his past life, the giants were too huge to deal any damage, so for Ronin to reach it, the team of magicians had to use telekinesis to lift him. Telekinesis was a rare ability even among mages. Thinking of this, he then turned to look at Asil, saying that she would be the most important person need when the time comes to face the giant. Just as Ronin was thinking, this Asil was reaching her limit and asked if she let him down now. But Ronin asked her to hold it a bit longer. There was something he wanted to try. Moments later, Ronin said that he would come down by himself.
As soon as he said those words, Ronin with a swift movement sliced through the magician's mana.
Asil was shocked and asked Ronin what exactly the move was. He just executed the move that allowed him to cut through mana.
Ronin acted dumb and said that it was some acrobatic movement, that's all.
Then she tried to persist, but instead only got her head hit by Ronin soon after he changed the topic.
Then we see Ronin having thoughts on how his sword was the only one able to work against the giant and deal damage. He was given a mission to find it as to why it was like that.
The scene then shifts to Ronin, giving Asil a bag and explaining to her that he intends to join the Filion Academy and she was coming with him.
Asil was in shock, asking Ronin how come with her. Asil then continued telling Ronin that at least he had martial arts, but she in turn had nothing. She was weak and a coward.
Ronin with a serious face called out Asil's name and asked if she had wanted to continue to be a weak-ass bitch, a pussy, cat who fails to stand up for herself. Instead uses her talents wastefully by entertaining fucking funks. Asil took time to think about Ronin said and realized that Ronin actually cared deeply for her. With this, she found her new resolve and told Ronin that she wanted to change.
Ronin then told her that she needs to jump the first hurdle for her to become a strong person.
As soon as Ronin turned his face, he showed a menacing smile, thinking to himself that she failed for his plan.
The scene shifts to Asil's shocked face, asking Ronin if the first hurdle he mentioned has something to deal with the goblins. Ronin, with a calm face, said that these goblins were good opponents for her and would help her grow fast.
The lunar goblin, a type of goblin that commonly appears in their area, different from other goblins with yellow skin and ugly bodies.
But the true traits of the goblins are that they love treasure. They would attack merchants and steal their valuables. After this, they would hold a festival on a night of a full moon. The reason Ronin and the magician were there was to steal the gold from the goblins.
Ronin then hugged Asil and told her she would use telekinesis to get the gold since the goblins were asleep.
He then told her that if she made a mistake, the goblin would wake up and they would be fucked.
Asil, after hearing this, wanted to retreat, that the mission was too dangerous. Ronin held her back and explained to her that the only way to enter Filion Academy was by 2 ways. First, they needed finances to afford the tuition and real-life experience. The Filion Academy is full of rich kids from elite families who have had elite training from birth. If Asil wanted to win against them, she had to gain experience through risking her life. Ronin said this with a dark smile on his face. After the pep talk, Ronin said it was decided that they would take the money first. Asil was scared, but deep down heart knew that what Ronin said was true.
The scene then shifts to where Estelle has started moving the golden with her power.
Soon after they were done, Ronan was thinking to himself that he had found a rather sharp magician. They then decided to park up and leave fast before they were discovered. Just as they were about to leave, another group of people passed in the forest, making a lot of noise trying to catch something.
The goblins heard the noise and woke up.
The scene then shifts to the goblin waking up and find out that their gold was stolen. As Rona and Estelle were trying to leave, the goblins noticed them and rushed to them with great speed. Estelle was scared and knelt down with a huge thud. She suggested that they leave the bags and run away. Ronan denied. Instead, he dropped his bag and placed his hand on his sword.
With a calm face, complained that the sword was cheap and would last only 15 attacks before it breaks.
As the goblins rushed towards them, Estelle shouted to Ronan that the goblins were getting closer.
Ronan was only counting the number of strikes he had.
As soon as they reached in range, Ronan, with one violent slash, all their heads were cut off. Seeing the blood splashing all over, he then said with a voice full of bloodlust
that he had 14 attacks remain. That's all for today, folks.
Please like, comment, and subscribe to help grow my channel. Watch out for part 4.